Hello, little bats. What a long weekend it was. I was supposed to film this video, I believe 3 different times, but I didn't film it because the topics in this video is so heavy that information kept coming out that I consistently had to edit my script, and I just couldn't do it. So I'm doing it today, right now. So yeah. I'm gonna ease you guys into the subjects, starting with cover-ups and stuff, and then ease you into the rest that's gonna go on, because it gets horrendous. And it's just really sad. I keep finding out newer and newer information about a certain organization of agents that we're gonna get into later, that have recently been committing lots of acts of violence. But I just found, I keep finding more and more stuff that we just completely forgot about from last year that they did. Yeah, yeah. Hello, little bats. Do you know what a peculiar thing it is when people die? We say they were a mother, a son, a father, a sister, a friend, a cousin, a lover, but never say they were just someone, a person like you and me. Yes, what a peculiar thing indeed. But I suppose their connections to other people are what make them worth it. But does that mean that someone with 0 connections isn't worth it? No. It doesn't. Today we will be speaking of the acts of violence being committed by an organization in the U.S., the public, how the public reacts to such things, and government cover-ups, or at least a recent government cover-up. So sit up, yes, up, you must pay attention, in your coffin or grave, or if you're a mortal human, a bed, and listen. Jeffrey Epstein was a suspiciously rich man that trafficked young teen girls from as young as 13 to 17 to himself and other high-class, leading, wealthy people and officials. One of those people, in my opinion, being the current sitting president of the U.S., Donald J. Trump. Now, legally speaking, it's not defamation to say that, oh, Donald Trump's in the files, because he is in the files. The files are actively coming out. But something that I've noticed is a specific pattern that every time something comes out, Donald Trump is up on the case and does something about it. So here's the pattern. On Friday, January 2nd, 2026, a new batch of records was added to the Epstein Library, which is the official DOJ online library of the Epstein files. It's like an official website. Well, on Saturday, January 3rd, 2026, President Donald Trump ordered a large-scale military strike and special operation raid in Venezuela. Oh, but that's not enough evidence, right? On Tuesday, December 23rd of 2025, the Department of Justice, DOJ, released a second wave of files. This batch of files included 11,000 files, nearly 30,000 pages that mentioned Donald Trump a lot, with flight records and letters and this and emails. But on Wednesday, December 24th, on Christmas Eve, the DOJ announced it had suddenly discovered over 1 million additional documents potentially related to the case. That same day, on December 24th, 2025, President Trump claimed the U.S. knocked out a major facility on the land of Venezuela. This event was the first significant onshore strike report in the country. So, either the day of or the day after stuff about the Epstein files are talked about and released, Donald Trump, for some reason, wants to bomb things. And the government has a large history of using warfare as a cover-up for scandals. I personally don't have a video about this, but a YouTuber by the name Oompaville does. I highly recommend you watch his video. I'll link it down in the description. But I watched it, and he goes knee deep into it, and he does a really good job at explaining it. So I think you should watch his video right after if you are interested in government cover-ups and scandals. Then watch Oompaville's videos on it. Okay. Now we have to get into the heavier things. I hope you guys are ready.
No! No! Shame! Shame! Oh my fucking god! What the fuck? What the fuck? You just fucking... What the fuck did you do? You all are fucking criminals! You're fucking criminals! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? You are fucking insane!
What did you do?
You! Shame! 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 Shame!
Dude, what's happening to her? What happened?
Dude, you shot her! I'm trying to help! No! No! You fucking shot someone in the fucking face! You shot someone in the fucking face! Do you have a conscience? Do you have a conscience?
At 9:37 a.m. on January 7th, 2026, Renee Nicole Good, with her wife, Becca Good, had just dropped Renee's 6-year-old child off at a Minneapolis elementary school. Renee was inside her red SUV while parked in the road, but she was waving cars to pass her, right? So you sit in your car and you go, hey, you can go, it's fine. Because she was watching an ICE operation happen in her town, on the street, when a gray pickup truck and a white vehicle came up from either side of the SUV, and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents, ICE agents, get out of the two vehicles and approach the SUV. One agent by the name of Jonathan Ross filmed Renee's SUV and license plate with his cell phone and body cam.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you.
That's okay, we don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You wanna come at us? You wanna come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the
All right,
car.
baby, come on.
Whoa!
Renee's first words to Mr. Ross were, "I'm not mad at you," as her wife, who was standing nearby, verbally heckled the masked officers. One of them ordered Good to get out the effing car, those were his exact words. Then he reached for her door handle and pulled on it. It was then Good began to reverse her SUV. Mr. Ross, who was at the front right of Renee's SUV, pulled his firearm out as the SUV's wheels turned left to drive away from the officers and get out of the middle of the road. Mr. Ross then fired 3 to 4 shots at Renee, one through the windshield and the other through Renee's open driver's side window at close range. The Minneapolis Fire Department incident reports released on January 16, 2026, detailed 2 gunshot wounds to the right of her chest, 1 to the left forearm, and a possible gunshot wound with protruding tissue on the left side of her head. After firing, Mr. Ross called Renee a fucking bitch as Renee slumped forward in the driver's side seat and her car drove away, crashing into 2 parked cars and a pole with a dog in the back seat. Mr. Ross told the other agents on scene to call 911 as he himself fled the scene. The other agents blocked off-duty medical personnel from getting to Renee Good. Renee did not have a fast death from her head and chest wounds. Her heart allegedly was still beating for 8 minutes after being shot at. Later, in an interview, Renee Good's wife, Becca Good, said, "We had whistles, they had guns." Paramedics arrived at 9:42 a.m., and by then Renee Good was unresponsive in the driver's seat of her SUV. Her pulse was irregular, and she wasn't breathing. And by the time they got her out of the SUV, her heart had completely stopped. The medics laid her in the snow and began CPR. Resuscitation efforts were stopped at 10:30 a.m. at the hospital. And while Renee Good's body was still warm in the Minneapolis snow, Christina Noems, the Homeland Security Secretary, went on stand and called the shooting a domestic terrorism, claiming Good weaponized her vehicle and tried to run over an ICE officer. VP J.D. Vance, while Renee Good was still warm, said Renee, who was shot and murdered, was a brainwashed victim of left-wing ideology and a tragedy of her own making. Defending the agent and calling the incident classic terrorism, despite video evidence contradicting claims that she tried to run over the officer, instead framing her as a domestic terrorist for interfering with law enforcement. Citing U.S. President Donald Trump said in a Twitter/X post, "I have just viewed the clip of the events which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer, who seemed to have shot her in self-defense. Based on the attached clip, it is hard to believe he is alive, but is now recovering in the hospital. The situation is being studied in its entirety, but the reason these incidents are happening is because the radical left is threatening, assaulting, and targeting our law enforcement officers and ICE agents on a daily basis. They are just trying to do the job of making America safe. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers from this radical left movement of violence and hate." He went on Twitter to rant about the radical left. But then, on stand, called the shooting of Renee Good a tragedy, saying he felt terribly about it, particularly after learning her father was a strong supporter of his, noting that immigration agents will make mistakes sometimes. This was a complete shift from his initial reaction. Not once did they willfully call her a human being. What they called her was in the fucking way. Becca Good, Renee's wife, has no evidence in public records of a prior criminal history, despite popular belief. However, she is currently the subject of a federal investigation following the January 7th incident. Renee Good doesn't have a criminal record either. The first time it was claimed was in a Twitter/X post by a man using the name Derek Johnson on January 11th, saying, "Renee wasn't so good. Domestic abuse, child endangerment is enough for me," with a screenshot of Renee's criminal record. If you can abuse a child, abusing law enforcement is no stretch. Read a similar January 11th Facebook post that shared the same screenshot. The person named in the screenshot was listed as being 44 and having an October 7th, 1980 birthday. A person with that birthday would have been 44 at the time of the 2024 arrest listed in the document, and 45 as of January 7th, 2026, when Renee died. Renee was 37 years old when she died. She was born on April 2nd, 1988, according to a Missouri court document from 2023, in which she requested a name change. We also saw people sharing versions of the screenshot that showed a different age. 35 being one of them with the same date of birth. That math doesn't add up either. The screenshot contains no information about what state or jurisdiction the supposed arrest took place. We cannot verify its accuracy. The booking dates listed in the screenshot range from April 2022 to October 2024. He lived in Kansas City, Missouri during that time, documents show. When the screenshot was shared with Kansas City, Missouri Police Department spokesman Philip DiMarto, he said, "I am unsure where that document is from." The claims that Renee Good got arrested for CA and neglect of her kids are false because of inconsistencies in the record and the likely AI-generated mugshot using a popularly shared picture of Renee Good by the media. Supporters of the current administration have used her as a face for the derogatory acronym AWFUL, affluent white female urban liberal, to mock her political identity as a queer woman and activist. Online groups have used AI to create and spread fake content intending to disparage her reputation. AI-generated images and videos appearing to show Good mocking the 2025 assassination of conservative figure Charlie Kirk were shown multiple times on the internet. Users on social media platforms have reportedly used AI tools like Grok to create disturbing images mocking her death. Users using images of her in a shoe and others saying, "I can't drive." It happened to Charlie Kirk, Junko Furuta, and now Renee Nicole Good is on the internet chopping block. On January 20th, 2026, ICE used 5-year-old Liam Kendro Ramirez as bait during a deportation operation. School superintendent Zena Zindvik and witnesses claimed that after ICE agents apprehended Liam and his father in their driveway on January 20th, 2026, an agent led the boy to the front door of his home. They allegedly directed him to knock and ask to be let in to see if other family members, specifically his mother, were inside, essentially using the child to lure out other adults. Local officials and neighbors reported that they begged agents to leave the child with them rather than taking him into federal custody, but were refused. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, called the bait allegations an abject lie and a horrific smear. Federal officials claimed that the father intentionally fled on foot, abandoning the child in a running vehicle. They stated that agents only approached the house to attempt to reunite the child with his family, but those insiders refused to open the door. But witnesses on scene and school board chair Mary Genslud dispute that the father fled. One witness described the father as very still and compliant when they arrived. Zena, the school superintendent, stated that when she arrived, both the father and son had already been apprehended and the car was still running. But she challenged the narrative that the child was ever abandoned. On the morning of January 24th, 2026, a 37-year-old ICU nurse at the Minneapolis VA Medical Center named Alex Jeffrey Purty was shot to death by ICE agents during an enforcement raid that drew protesters to the scene. Alex's death is the third shooting involving federal agents in Minneapolis this month, following the killing of Renee Good on January 7th. The Department of Homeland Security stated that Alex approached Border Patrol agents while carrying a 9mm handgun. Secretary Kristi Noem alleged that Alex violently resisted being disarmed, leading to an agent to fire defensive shots in fear of their life. Officials characterize his actions as an act of domestic terrorism.
Things got buried. Yeah, unroll your windows. No, you're just right inside. Let's go around.
Go. What the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly. Oh my god! The fuck did you just do? The fuck did you just do? Yes! Liz, somebody call the ambulance! Somebody call the ambulance! Somebody needs to call the ambulance! Somebody call 911! I can't believe they just did that! Holy shit! Holy shit! Just... come on! Come on! Oh my god, you fucking people, man! You're fucking killing us! Why would you do that? Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't believe I'm seeing this! I can't believe I'm seeing this! Oh my god! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come here! Come on! Come here! It is.
Oh, what the They killed him? Did they kill that guy? Are you kidding me, dude? Not again. Are you kidding me? That guy's dead.
Call an ambulance, please.
Call an ambulance! Please! Please, we're all people. I'm not in the way. I'm trying to help. Please call somebody.
If you get on the sidewalk, I understand, but you have to stay out of the way.
Stay back.
Don't come close.
Stay back, why? What's your reasoning? What's your reasoning? Why should we stay back?
Why don't you be quiet,
We've
please?
witnessed this multiple times in this city. Yes, we have.
Not by us.
Yes, we have.
You are evil!
Tell me what he's filming us for. Why is this guy filming us? When we're here to support our communities. Huh? Yeah.
Video evidence analyzed by news outlets state officials reportedly shows Alex holding a cell phone, not a gun, in his hand, just before he was tackled and shot by agents. Witnesses in his family state he was acting as a peaceful observer and was trying to help a woman whom agents had pushed to the ground. Alex was a U.S. citizen with no criminal record, while he was a lawful gun owner with a valid Minnesota permit to carry. Video analysis and witnesses dispute that he ever brandished or aimed the weapon at agents. Now, I would tell you to take a walk outside and take deep breaths, but how can you breathe when there's tear gas in the air? Tear gas isn't even allowed in war. Hasn't been for a long time. Why do we have to be calm and tolerant when they either want us dead or obedient? Be angry or be violent. Go protest. Why can they fire but we can't? Why can they say it was in self-defense and commit multiple crimes of violence and go against someone's rights, First Amendment right and Second Amendment right, to shoot and kill them for no reason? I'm fucking done with this administration. I'm fucking done with this president. I'm fucking over it.
It's almost Valentine's Day.
We'll get a shot of those, though.
But thank you all.
I got some coffee, donuts, hot chocolate.
What are you guys giving out?
Coffee, donuts, hot chocolate.
And you're with the Minnesota National
Yeah,
Guard?
we are. Yes, we are.
Why was this important for you guys to do today?
It's a demonstration of safety and security. We're here to help.
Hey, it's Editing Matthew here. So as I was editing this video, I got new information that the National Guard is active in Minneapolis, and they're giving out hot chocolate and donuts to the protesters. They seem to be very nice. And they're not covering their face, unlike ICE. I also have additional information that I forgot to mention whilst recording. The dog in the back of Renee Good's vehicle is fine. It was given to Becca Good. And Renee Good's case has been listed as a homicide officially. So it has been proven without a doubt that it wasn't an accident or self-defense, and that's why it was listed as a homicide.